So there is two functions which can combine two sensors together. The first one is the cat, the second one is the stack. So the major difference between those two functions is that when we using the cat, you will concat two sensor in specified dimensions. But if we were using the stack, you will add a new dimension. So the major difference between these two is that the stack will create a new dimension and the cat will not add a new dimension. It just append the data in the existing dimension. So for example, if we have a two tensor whose shape is 2 and 3, so it means that it has two elements in the first dimension and three elements in the second dimension. So if we concat then in the dimension 0, so the 0 dimension will from 2 to 4. So since we will concat the dimension 0 for both tensors, so the number of element in this dimension will be doubled. But if we concat them in the second dimension, which is the dimension equal to 1, the second dimension, the 3, will be concat together. So from 3 will become the 6. So will become the 2, 6 here. Okay. So you can see that when we using concat, the size of a dimension will change. And if we're using the stack, we are saying that it will create a new dimension. So if the tensor is the 4 and the 3 for tensor AB, if we stack them together at the dimension 0, so it will create a new dimension here. And in this dimension, there is 2 elements since we added 2 tensor together, stack 2 tensor here. Okay, so if we stack the A, B, and the C, this will become the 3. So this will number of the element. And if we stack them in the dimension 1, it will become the 4, 2, and 3. So the new dimension will be here. Okay. So in this way, we can know that how to stack two tensor together and to so that you will create a new dimension here. So let's see some example. Okay, if we have a two tensor 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 2 by 2 tensor, and the B is the 2 by 2 as well, is 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we concat them together at the dimension 0, it will become a 4, 2 tensor. So we check the result here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in the first dimension, and the 2 is still the same since we concat them in the first dimension. So the second dimension, the size of second dimension will not change. But if we concat in it at the dimension 1, so it means that the return size will become the 2 and the 4. So it will become the 2 and the 4 and the 4 in the dimension 1. So when we do in this way, we will concat 1, 2, and 5, 6. So it will be 1, 2, 5, 6. And the other one is 3, 4, and 7, 8. So we have 3, 4, and 7, 8 here. And if we if we stack them, we will create a new dimension. Okay, so If we stack them in the dimension 0, it means that we'll stack this one, this array, and this array together. So you will create a new dimension in the dimension 0. So it means that no, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and we will have a 5, 6, 7, 8 here. So this is the extra dimension. But if we stack them in the dimension 1, it means that we will stack this one and this one, this one and this one. So you will 1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 2, 5, 6, and 3, 4, 7, 8, 3, 4, 7, 8. Okay, so this is stack at the dimension 1. And if we stack them in the dimension 2, it means that the one, this is dimension 2, and the other one is here. So it's 1, 5, 2, 6, 3, 7, 4, 8. 1, 5, you will see 1, 5, 2, 6, 7, 4, 3, 7, 4, 8. Okay. So please try it by yourself to see if you can understand the difference between the cat and stack, and the difference between the different dimension numbers.